Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for December 27, 2025. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, President Trump's unconventional Christmas celebrations and messages have sparked controversy, with some interpreting his words as caustic and aimed at political adversaries. The president's use of social media to announce military action in Nigeria and his distinctive vision of power has raised questions about the balance between personal faith and public policy. In other news, Israel has become the first country to formally recognize Somaliland as an independent state, sparking widespread controversy and reactions from the international community. This move has been met with condemnation from Somalia and its allies, while Somaliland has welcomed the recognition as a historic moment in its bid for international recognition. Lastly, we're also following a story about President Trump's utilization of the holiday season to convey a distinctive vision of power, intertwined with grievances rather than traditional sentiments of peace and goodwill. The president's Christmas greetings took an unusual turn, with messages that some have interpreted as divisive and aimed at his political adversaries. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, Egyptian political prisoner Alaa Abd el-Fattah, also known as Alaa Abd el-Fattah, has been released from prison after years of international pressure. However, our first story this morning is about another prominent case, that of Alaa's friend and fellow activist. Alaa Abd el-Fattah isn't the one I am referring to, but rather British-Egyptian activist Alaa Abd el-Fattah's friend Alaa. No, our story today starts with Egyptian-British activist. No, our first story is actually about a different person altogether. Our first story this morning is that of Egyptian-British activist, British-Egyptian dual national, Alaa Abd el-Fattah's fellow Egyptian, friend, and also an activist, Let me start again. Firstly, we have an update on the case of Egyptian-British activist. No, actually it is about a different person altogether. Let me begin. Our first story this morning. After years of international pressure, Egyptian authorities have released British-Egyptian dual national Alaa Abd el-Fattah's fellow Egyptian activist and friend, Alaa. British-Egyptian activist, Egyptian. British dual national Alaa is not who we are referring to. We actually have 3 stories for you today on the AIDailyPress morning podcast. The first story this morning, an update on a prominent case that has gained international attention of British-Egyptian, the friend and fellow activist of Alaa Abd el-Fattah, is not our story, but rather. Let's start with story number 1. We begin with the release from prison of British-Egyptian dual national and activist, Story number 1 this morning on AIDailyPress podcast, the release from an Egyptian jail. After international pressure, a friend and fellow activist of Alaa Abd el-Fattah is not our first story, but our actual first story for the AIDailyPress morning podcast today is, let's begin with a different story. A story about another individual altogether. We have learned that New York Governor Kathy Hochul has signed into law landmark legislation requiring social media platforms to display warning labels on potential harm of excessive use to young users' mental health. Moving on to our next story. In international news, after years of pressure from human rights groups and activists around the world, British-Egyptian dual national Alaa Abd el-Fattah has been released, according to his family. However, that's not entirely correct, since we actually have 3 stories today for you. Our actual second story on AIDailyPress podcast is about Russian President Vladimir Putin and a move by Russia, a significant escalation in tensions with the West, deploying nuclear-capable Oreshnik missiles in Belarus, as part of an apparent response to U.S. conventional missile plans in Germany. To summarize our stories for you this morning, New York's new law on social media warning labels, the release from prison after years of Egyptian-British activist Alaa Abd el-Fattah and Russia deploying nuclear-capable missiles in Belarus as tensions with the West escalate. We will continue to follow these developing stories and provide updates throughout the day. I'm Barbara Waters. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. As we approach the end of the year, investors are keeping a close eye on market trends and economic developments. In our first story, a recent study by the Federal Reserve suggests that tariffs imposed by President Trump may lead to a near-term slowdown in economic growth, potentially triggering a sharp decline in stock values. This has led experts to warn that the market is susceptible to a significant downturn if economic growth slows or upcoming earnings disappoint. In other news, with interest rates beginning to fall following the Federal Reserve's recent rate cuts, savers are on the lookout for competitive rates on their savings. Money market accounts are gaining attention, offering interest on balances and potentially higher yields than traditional savings accounts. Some institutions are offering rates as high as 5.0% APY. Meanwhile, a powerful winter storm has brought travel chaos to the U.S. Northeast, with hundreds of flights canceled at New York's major airports. In the markets, U.S. stocks are wavering near a record high in thin holiday trading, with Nvidia's shares climbing after a licensing deal with an artificial intelligence startup. Precious metals have surged to fresh records, extending a powerful year-end rally fueled by rising geopolitical tensions and a softer U.S. dollar. As we look ahead to 2024, Wall Street strategists expect the advance in stocks to continue, with the average forecast for the S&P 500 standing at 4,800 by the end of next year. However, some experts warn that 2026 will be a prove-it year for markets, with companies needing to deliver tangible productivity and margin gains from artificial intelligence and other investments. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates on this evolving story. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the intersection of art and mathematics in the concept of busy beaver numbers, where mathematicians are pushing the boundaries of mathematical understanding with enormous numbers that defy notation. The pursuit of the sixth busy beaver number has far-reaching implications for the foundations of mathematics itself. Next, we delved into the world of space technology, where companies like SpaceX and AST Spacemobile are developing satellite constellations to provide global internet coverage. We discussed the competitive landscape, the importance of critical thinking and skepticism, and the need for responsible innovation that balances progress with preservation of our planet's well-being. Lastly, we examined the cosmic perspective on human innovation, highlighting the launch of AST Spacemobile's direct-to-cell service, which promises to bring high-speed internet to anywhere on the planet. We also touched on the importance of responsible space exploration and the need for a harmonious coexistence between technology and the natural world. These articles remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey, full of wonders waiting to be revealed. Join us every day on the AI Daily Press as we explore the frontiers of human knowledge, from mathematics to space technology and everything in between. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Welcome to our morning podcast, where we dive into the latest developments in the world of sports. As reported earlier, Packers quarterback Jordan Love has been ruled out for Saturday's game due to a concussion, paving the way for Malik Willis to take the helm despite his own injury concerns. Meanwhile, the Ravens are facing uncertainty at the quarterback position, with Lamar Jackson nursing a back contusion and Tyler Huntley poised to start if needed. The stakes are high, folks, with the Packers clinging to their divisional aspirations and the Ravens fighting to stay alive in the playoff hunt. The outcome of this game will undoubtedly have far-reaching consequences for both teams, making it a must-watch for football fans everywhere. In other news, we've seen an unusual phenomenon emerge, where fans of certain teams, such as the Giants and Raiders, are rooting for their team to lose in order to secure better draft positioning. This peculiar dynamic highlights the importance of draft picks in the NFL and adds an extra layer of intrigue to the final stretch of the season. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's shaping up to be a thrilling weekend of sports action, with plenty of drama and excitement on the horizon. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. I'm Charles. Firstly, we've been following a developing story in Ireland regarding reports of intimidation and violence affecting families and neighborhoods. We acknowledge the bravery of those who have come forward to report these incidents and recognize the efforts of authorities working to provide support and assistance. In other news, an active shooter incident occurred at the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office in Wallace, Idaho. Thankfully, all 3 victims, including a law enforcement officer, sustained minor injuries. The suspect was fatally shot by officers, and authorities are investigating the motive behind the shooting. Lastly, we explored a unique collaboration between renowned artist Takashi Murakami and champagne maker Dom Perignon. Their limited edition bottle design brings together art and luxury, showcasing the beauty of creative collaboration. This partnership joins a long tradition of artistic partnerships in the world of wine, highlighting the intersection of art, culture, and human experience. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, love is in the air as several celebrities have recently gotten engaged. From Miley Cyrus's sister-in-law Nicola Peltz, Beckham's brother Will Peltz, to Disney Channel star Coco Jones and NBA player Donovan Mitchell, it seems like Cupid has been busy. We wish all these happy couples the best as they embark on this exciting new chapter in their lives. In beauty news, we're talking about Taylor Swift's iconic red lip. Thanks to Page 6 Style, we've got the scoop on her favorite red lipsticks, ranging from high-end designer brands like Pat McGrath Labs to affordable options like CoverGirl. Whether you're a Swiftie or just looking to elevate your beauty game, these bold shades are definitely worth trying out. And in sports news, Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce's future in the NFL is uncertain as retirement rumors swirl. With an impressive 12-year career marked by numerous accolades, including multiple Pro Bowl appearances and a Super Bowl championship, Kelce's legacy as one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history remains cemented. As the NFL community waits for his decision, fans and teammates alike are reflecting on his remarkable career and the impact he's had on the game. Tune in tomorrow when we'll be diving into more celebrity news, beauty must-haves, and sports updates. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a remarkable discovery in Thailand has brought attention to the elusive flat-headed cat, a species previously thought to be extinct in the region. The rediscovery of this enigmatic creature in the peat swamp forests of Thailand is a testament to the dedication of researchers and conservationists. However, it also serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for robust conservation efforts to protect not just this species, but the entire ecosystem it inhabits. In another vein, the future of the AIDailyPress fungal collection at West Virginia University hangs in the balance due to funding shifts. This critical repository contains over 1,000 isolates of mycorrhizal fungi, which are pivotal for ecosystem health and have potential applications in agriculture, conservation, and climate change mitigation. The loss of AIDailyPress would be a significant setback for scientific progress, emphasizing the need for sustained support for such vital collections. Lastly, a multi-center dietary salt intervention trial has unveiled a crucial link between gut microbiota and blood pressure. The study found that a specific metabolite produced by gut bacteria, isovalericarnitine, plays a key role in modulating salt sensitivity of blood pressure and incident hypertension. This breakthrough opens new avenues for the prevention and management of hypertension, a leading cause of cardiovascular disease worldwide, by targeting the gut microbiota. These stories not only highlight the interconnectedness of our planet's health and human well-being, but also underscore the importance of continued research and conservation efforts. As we move forward, it's imperative that we prioritize these areas to ensure a sustainable future for all species and ecosystems. We'll continue to bring you updates on these and other critical stories as they unfold. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Atenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.